There's no medicine for what you put in. I don't know why, but I let it in. For that I repent. And I don't know why. Like I was saved from the shit that you said. Wish I could change the words that you said. And there's no medicine. Your words crawling to my ears tonight. I'm crawling hypnotized by parasitic lies. I'm crawling inside. I'm crawling inside. I'm crawling inside. Now here we go, you're dedicated, you're a celebrity. When you break me right down, you're killing me, premeditated. I'm devastated. Leave me on the ground, like I was saved from the
Welcome back, everybody, to Runeterra Academy Extracurricular Activities, week number 7. I believe this is the final week of the regular season. I am PVS, joined here with Red, taking a bit of a backstage role, and of course, we had to get Ivar in here. Give some spicy takes.
Hello, hello. My name is Red. How can I help you?
Yep. Red does not say that, but okay.
Yep. I do say that, actually.
Alrighty, so I think we can start off with senior here. As we normally do, we got to make the freshmen and sophomores wait. Yeah, so tied for first, we have Akuma and Nightless. Tied for third, we have G7 and CPP. Fifth, we have OGW. Sixth, we have TAG. And seventh, we have Puds. And Redbird still hasn't... Sorry, Puds and Redbird still haven't played their match. So one of those teams will actually get a win, believe it or not.
Gotcha. I think it's pretty reasonable. Yours and Red's rankings here. I believe all 6 playoff spots have been secured, if I'm not wrong, correct?
Not senior,
Who's
junior.
missing?
The last spot for senior is still up in the air.
Gotcha. So this week will be Telltale. Because Redbird's just playing Puds, right?
I think, Redbirds has to play Puds tomorrow, and because of the 66 game thing, ISU got an extension on their scheduling. But then TAG plays Redbird, and if they win that, then they're just in. They just get the last spot.
Yeah, so TAG has control over their own fate, and Pud's kind of hoping to. I mean, you kind of expect them to beat Redbird, but when you're both 0-5, anything can happen. Yeah,
not wrong.
So we have differing top 4 for every single slot. So you still have Akuma first. I can't really blame you for that. I think I put Nightless above them just because they've beaten G7, which is, I mean, they've been sandbagging a little bit, but
here's the thing about that, okay? Every time AKM goes into a match and I'm like, they could probably lose this. They just don't. And so, like, it's really hard for me to justify putting them, like, below Nightless, even though if they played against each other, I'd be like, yeah, I'd probably pick Nightless to win. But every time I doubt Akuma, they just win. So it's hard to, like, really hard to justify in my mind.
Yeah, and a really spicy matchup to end off the season is Nightless versus Akuma. Hopefully we can get that one on stream potentially.
I mean, I did script it though.
True.
You guys know the rules. Step 1, write a script, and then go from there.
Exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see Nightless win that game, but who knows?
I mean, you look at the
AKM hasn't lost yet. That's hard for me. It's hard for me to get on board with that.
I will say, I feel like senior is the one division that will be affected most by the world's meta in terms of these players being able to pick up certain champions that are being played at worlds and play them to the full extent of the champions kit. So I'm really interested to see what champions are going to be picked up over the next 1 to 2 weeks, as we've seen a lot of variety of new picks come out in worlds, especially like the Yumi picks and whatnot.
Yeah, we've already seen some of that too. We've already seen some of the Yumi come out already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's first spicy to adapt, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like you said, the senior, there's a lot that's happening in the world's meta right now, and to see how the senior players react to that, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. Also, I mean, you could see in every league there's kind of like their own meta. Like in the low elos, Darwin and Amumu just have such high priority, and then in the higher elos, Misfortune has so much more priority. So it's interesting to see how those things develop as the season goes on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, have anything left to say for senior?
Um, I I think Puds needs a miracle, but I kind of want to see them in playoffs. That's my hot
I
take.
mean, it's possible.
It
Definitely
would
not.
be such a Runeterra Academy thing for for ISU to beat PAG in the last week of the season. It would be
it,
it would
it,
be such a Runeterra Academy thing, dude.
it is going to be really rough for the 6th seed. You're going to be playing most likely G7 or like CPP in the first round, which is
Yeah,
kind of scary.
unfortunately, yeah, I think everybody would like here could say like any of the top 5 could beat each other. Like we've been saying that all season, basically. But man, if you get that 6th seed, oof, that's gonna feel
Yep.
so bad, bro. It's probably gonna be 3 games of just losing consistently. So that's gonna suck. But yeah, we can move on to junior.
Alrighty. So still tied for first. We got BBC and CB Rush. At third, even though they beat BBC 2-0, they are Air Esports Survival, sorry. Fourth, we got OG question mark. Fifth, we got Zenigma Reapers. Sixth, we have Nameless Empire. Seventh and eighth, we have My Tourney Collective and Catalyst Eclipse.
Yeah,
This is the
unfortunately-
league. This is the league everybody is locked in, correct?
Yes, this one.
Okay.
Yeah, My Tourney can force a tie with Nameless. If Nameless loses out and My Tourney wins next week, but the game scores are too big of a difference for it to matter. So yeah, it's over, fortunately.
So just seeding can shift around. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So BBC losing 2-0 to
Right.
Air Esports. Thoughts?
I think I like Air Esports. I'm gonna be the first to say that I was on
yeah,
the Air
sure.
Esports train.
Oh,
And,
okay, yeah. With those predictions that they lose 2-0, or
Look. I liked them. I didn't think they would win against BBC. Okay, I liked them, and I've liked them for a while. The problem was they were going up against BBC, so it was hard. BBC hasn't dropped a series until last week, like in their 2 seasons in Runeterra Academy. So, hard to bet against them. And I'm gonna call it a fluke.
Asterisk
It's
after that.
yeah. I think what BBC only was missing, like basically their 2 of their most important players on the team. Their whole top side was missing, and yeah, and I think BBC also was missing 4 bans for that series every game. So it was a real. I mean, let's be honest, they should have been playing their ranked games. They wouldn't have gotten punished so hard. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say that like Air Esports is better than BBC because of the situations that happened during that series, the circumstances surrounding it. And that's why I think we both put them at third. They're
Yep.
still good. It's just hard to say that they're better than BBC, even though they just beat them because of the circumstances.
I think they're solidly third in this league. Like I think that's potentially where they're gonna like end in playoffs is probably third. That's my guess. I can see them moving to second, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that if BBC showed up that game day and Air Esports just beat them 2-1, we'd be like, yeah, Air's the best team in the league, probably, right? Like, but they didn't, so it's kind of hard to say that they deserve the top spot.
Yeah, and I think right now actually we have CB Rush and Nameless playing, so I think you can
Right.
expect CVR's record to go up to 5-1, but we'll see how that one goes.
I mean, it's pretty. The landscape is pretty set in stone. I think for junior, it's just shifting around. Maybe some seeding, and a lot of it will come down to how teams adapt to this new meta, like we mentioned, and how they do in best of fives.
Yeah, I mean, best of fives are definitely a different beast than a best of 3. A lot of stamina needed for those long series.
Also, I think the graphic is incorrect. Just making me a little confused. I think MTC is 1-5. Yeah, they are 1-5 instead of 1-4. The game score is right though. So yeah, they can't actually catch Nameless.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks a little confusing, but yeah, they are supposed to be 1-5, and thus they can't catch. So the top 6 are locked. Anybody want to make any early predictions since we know who the playoff teams are? Any early predictions? Any dark horses to win it all?
Mega Gaming Unknown.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was gonna
Mhm.
say that. I knew he was gonna say. All right, all right. Well, I think that's all for this division, right?
Yep. We can go to sophomore division 2 now. Of course, this is the quote unquote non-stacked sophomore division. So first we have OMTZ that just took down TAGA, I believe 2-0 last week. We have
This is
Project
the stacked one. This is the stacked division.
The other one's got Team Ambition Wolves.
No, this is the stacked division, bro.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I think Ivor would probably agree with me. This is the one. If the champion probably comes out of this division. That's what I would say.
Really?
I say the champion comes out of this division because I'm in this division.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we got Project Maverick that just took down SOS 2-0 last week, I believe. Mint Potato
last
sitting
night.
at 2-4. As well as Revenge, RAR, and QGB. They're out, so we won't mention them.
Yes. They dropped out, but yeah. Still some very interesting situations that can happen here, you know. SOS, Mint Potato, and RAR all still fighting for that final playoff spot. There is a way that RAR still makes playoffs.
Nope.
Obviously, Revenge can't. They dropped out. But RAR could still make it, and Mint could still make it. And this is going to be a controversial take, okay? But if Mint makes it over SOS, they deserve it. SOS had 2 opportunities to show that they could beat playoff teams, and if they can't do that, then they probably don't need to be in playoffs.
Yep.
That's just my hot take. So yeah,
I think they're on a upward trend, SOS. I just think it's a little bit too late in the season for them to catch up to the coordination some of these playoffs teams are at right now.
also, yeah, from what I understand, they're not going to have Shu playing this weekend, so it's going to be really, really difficult for SOS to beat ONTZ this week.
Yeah. Unfortunately, scheduling is kind of problem.
You look at
I mean,
you look at SOS and you just compare it to like Team Ambition Wolves and like Blue Sprouts, and I just don't see a world where they win. I can't.
yeah, I think it's a good consensus that I think any of these 4th seeds would lose to BSP and TA Wolves.
Yep.
Any of these potential 4th seeds. So, yeah, I think it is my opinion that SOS had 2 free opportunities to secure playoff spots and they didn't. So
Call them free. They need
two good opportunities.
Yeah.
2 good opportunities.
That's reasonable. But yeah, I think the top 3 are pretty laid out, pretty reasonably. In the standings, how is it? Not in the rankings, in the power rankings, but just in the general standings. Is Zeus first? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, Zeus is first.
I guess
but,
technically,
like,
they have a higher win percentage. Yeah.
I think if they drop one game, I think we were talking about this. If they drop one game, they basically go to 2nd seed because TAG gets a FF win this week, right? So
It's a 0-0, so it doesn't affect.
right. So they go 6-1 and 9-2. Oh yeah. So
Doesn't matter. We're automatically going to be first because if we drop one, we'll be 9-2, but we have the head-to-head.
right. But if you
So-
lose,
Obviously, that's a difference.
okay.
If we lose, then Spiders and Stilts is it.
Right. That would be, I mean, very interesting things to happen. So if let's say you go to 2nd, right? Who do you play against? Probably play against.
Sprouts
No,
second.
no, no. Sprouts is like locked second. I'm pretty sure.
Krakens.
You play like it's like you could play one of three teams: OMTH,
Why don't
KOL,
we
or
shift over
Nameless.
to Division 1? I think we
Yeah, yeah.
so we can.
Okay,
Sure.
there you go. There's Division 1.
Okay.
You want me
Yeah, so
to-
you would end up playing either like OMTH, Krakens of Love, or I think maybe even Nameless Fantasy. I don't think TDS can make it anymore, right?
I think we already once they lost to Blue Sprouts, I think they were out.
They're eliminated.
I believe so. I
Oh.
may have it wrong, but I'm pretty
Time to
sure.
check the folder sheet.
Yep.
But you guys go ahead.
All right, so first we have Team Ambition Wolves. We got Blue Sprouts at a solid second. OMTH tied with KOL for third. Nameless Fantasy at fifth. TDS at sixth. And rounding it out, we have Zenigma Zenith and Redbird.
Yeah, so go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You were looking up the folder sheet. Go for it.
Yeah, so TDS, ISU, ZenZ, they're all out. So KOL, Nameless, and OMTH are the ones playing for playoff spots. There are specific situations where OMTH just misses playoffs. I think if they lose and then KOL and Nameless win, OMTH is out of playoffs because of game score. And then there are certain situations where we might have a KOL and Nameless on game score, so have to come down to head to head and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different situations that can happen with these last two spots in Division 1.
Percentages of Hades not making it are really low, though, I would assume.
Yes, the percentage of Hades not making it is 12.5%. Only 2 out of the remaining 16. It has to go exactly like I said. Like KOL and Nameless need to win, and OMTH need to lose. That's how they misplay. Nameless would have to beat BSP, KOL would have to beat TAW, and OMTH would have to lose the TDAs. It would be really hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the last two teams fighting for that fourth spot, which ideally would be the team I would play. That's what I'm assuming. If it's just assuming we secure first.
And I will
Right.
say, we do have an absolute banger matchup this week between Zenigma Zenith and Redbird. Any any predictions on that one, Ivar?
Zenigma wins. That's all I can say.
I think that's a pretty fair statement to make at this point. I could tell you my prediction about that, man. It's not gonna be on stream.
Oh,
That's my
Man.
prediction.
What are you streaming this week?
I don't know. You
Not
guys
that
got
one.
a schedule.
no, not that one.
You got a
can't stream-
schedule.
You can't stream Zeus.
Oh, I
back to
think
back.
I'm thinking I am streaming Zeus back to back. That man.
Okay. Well, we're playing at
Oh.
8 p.m. on Saturday, so I'll post it when I get a chance.
Fog. On TC versus SOS. SOS fighting for their lives on stream. Gonna be pretty pog, I think.
Why are there two in chat? There's a Una XYZ and then the Una XYZ.
One doesn't
lowercase.
have Prime. Any
Different
primers?
people.
Any primers?
God, my head hurts.
One has an extra O. Talk
And
about
one has
how
a
cool.
lowercase d.
Yeah. Talk about how cool OMTH is. There's not really much content to justify calling OMTH cool. I mean, Ivor, can you think of anything?
Cool.
Yeah, when you think of OMTH, cool is not the word that comes.
Cool reminds me of chill.
Yeah, and they're definitely not chill.
They're pretty nice people for the most
Yeah,
part.
yeah, sure. Can I join the bunk? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Come on, join the broadcast right as we get into freshmen.
I will say, if you're gonna compare OMTH and OMTZ, I think the chill, like cool team, without a doubt is Zeus, right?
I haven't
yeah,
joined their
it's
comms.
Zeus.
No clue.
Zeus. I've coached Zeus to 2 tournament championships. They're very chill. Oh.
Two, you weren't there for the second one. Don't lie, Red.
I prepped you guys. I mentally prepared you guys. It
You
counts.
didn't even know we were playing. I sent you the draft after game 1, and I was like, "What do you think?" And you were like, "Oh, it started."
Look, I did it. Okay, it was basically all me,
But
But yeah,
I think for the most part, for a lot of the leagues, like we're on that last week of the season, so there's not too many hot takes we can really make because it's there's a lot of statistical results to back up what we're saying. You know,
yeah. I think if I were gonna make a prediction on the last two spots, it'd definitely be OMTH and KOL. I think if Nameless loses, they're just out. I'm not entirely sure, but that sounds right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. If Nameless loses, they're just out. So, and I think there's a pretty high chance of that happening. So,
Well, I think we're just waiting on a guest to join a call, like one of the like general or something, before we can start this freshman. Delaying the stream like normal.
freshman, if you
Average freshman tactics.
move your feet, lose your seat, kind of dealio. So. Yep. Are we over to freshman?
Hello?
Oh, there we
Hello?
go. Hello?
Any
What's going
dojos?
on?
Hello, everyone. Welcome, Dojos.
What's good?
Not much. We're about to move over to freshman. Give us your insight.
Yes.
All right.
Question.
We'll start with Division 2, of course.
Of
Wait, we didn't
course.
introduce him. This is Dojos. He's the coach of Big Duck Anuraj Shaman, who's currently the second place team in freshman Division 2.
Yeah, PBS always ranks us below everyone else.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about Division 1 then. All right. So first we got TD Shadow. Second we have BDES. Third we have Shogun. Fourth we have Corvus that actually just beat Shogun 2-0.
Yep.
Fifth we have Rar Silvers. Sixth we have GES, and that's about it.
Yes, we can end it there. Actually, yes, you're right. A lot of these matches are actually already resolved. EDS is actually 6-1 because they got an FF win. And Corvus versus Shogun played each other last night, and Corvus actually 2-0'd Shogun Hunters. We made these power rankings before that happened, but we have Corvus probably locked in third seed unless BDS loses,
Hot take.
which probably is not going to happen. BDS plays Roar this week, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, free for our.
And Roar has, I don't think, anything to play for because they're already eliminated. So, yeah, I think, what is it? If you win, you get first seed. I think that's basically it. Yeah.
How are we not already first seed?
Because TD Shadow has the FF win.
Wait,
So they're sitting at 6-1 right now, and you're sitting at 5-1. Yeah. So when
makes sense.
if you win, I won't say when, but if you win, you'll have first seed. So.
Okay.
So how did you feel about this division overall? I think Shogun Hunters is the only team that. No, TD Shadow beat you, right?
No, we took TD Shadow. Shogun is the only team that beat us.
Right, and Shogun has gone 0-4 the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we had our support was he had his monitors turned off for the games to give them a challenge against Shogun.
Average support gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know. This division was kind of boring. Like there wasn't any like we had like 2 teams drop, and then the rest of them just weren't like, I don't know,
competitive, you'd say.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a fair matchup, I'd say.
How do you feel about Corvus now? They seem to have been like pretty hot recently.
I think Corvus and TD Shadow have both gotten a lot better throughout the season. I think they from the start they definitely found like their groove. It seems like, but unfortunately we played TD Shadow like the first game or something like that, and they're like a new team apparently.
Yeah. So they've replaced most of their roster. I think at this point they're a completely different team from when you played them.
Yeah, would have been nice to play them.
So how would you rank the top 4 Since we have you here.
I think first is a toss up between us and TD Shadow. I haven't played their new roster, but they've been like 2-0ing everyone like crazy or just winning like crazy. So I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I'd have to like look into it. But I think Corvus is above Shogun and Shogun's fourth.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. So I guess on that note, we could probably send it over to Division 1 and you could talk about your future playoff opponent.
Oh.
Yeah, so tied for first, we have Kingpin and Zenigma Unknown. Tied for third, we have BDED and 2077. Fifth, we have Flannel and QGK. And seventh, we have Nameless Existence.
Yeah, Kingpin just lost to Zenigma. 2-1. There was some very interesting dialogue that happened after that game. And I think Kingpin made some roster changes because of it. So,
What kind of dialogue? Can you elaborate?
let's just say a Smurf Buster report was filed, and somebody was not happy with one of the players on the other team. Even though the player was not very problematic in the league, he was one of the lower level players in the league. But when you lose, sometimes you get to feel in a certain way.
But it's okay. They're getting rid of all chat. It's saved.
Yeah, getting rid of all chat. So, well, not in custom games, right? Ivor, I think that those
It's just pre-made lobbies.
Yeah.
I think they should
lobbies.
pivot it to only
Rank?
only like solo rank lobbies because like ARAM still exists and I like bantering in ARAM.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know.
So I actually I kind of like where this division is kind of shaking out. I wanted Flannel to make the miracle run, but then I saw that and they were poised to do it. The problem is they had to play BDED, who's like pretty hot right now, and Zenigma Unknown, who I think is the number 1 team in the division. So I think unfortunately they're gonna miss it just because of their tough schedule at the end. But it's not over. I think. Do they still have a chance? Oh, let me check that. You guys keep talking.
Okay.
Flannel's pretty toxic, I heard.
Uh-oh.
Pretty toxic players.
I actually missed what team are you associated with? Sorry.
Who, me?
You were in the previous division, correct?
Yeah.
He's associated with he's associated with Big Duck Entourage Shaman. He's their coach.
Awesome.
How do you feel about your sister team and the possibility of you playing them in the first round?
That would be a banger, can't lie. That would be a banger. Honestly, I have no idea. Like we haven't like scrimmed them or anything. Like most of the players actually tried out because we were originally gonna have one team, and most of them tried out for like the Shaman team. But then we were like, oh, we have enough for 2, so let's just make 2.
Gotcha.
And so
I really have no idea.
Is one team the A team?
No.
Are they even?
An academy roster.
Yeah, which one's the academy roster?
Tried.
Okay.
So I think the playoffs are kind of set for this division. It comes down to BDED versus QGK this week. If QGK 2-0s BDED, they'll get the 4th spot. But if they drop even 1 game to BDED, then BDED will advance.
So it comes down to game score more than anything.
Right. So if QGK 2-0s BDED, then they'll both be at 6 and 7, and QGK will have the head-to-head. But if BDED wins just even 1 game, then they can't. So.
Yep.
So I think, so I'm looking at it. Flannel is eliminated. Unfortunately, they cannot catch up on game score at this point, being 3 and 7. But Dohos, is there any team in this division that you're kind of worried about or excited to play or anything like that?
I'm excited to play all the teams, to be honest. I want to see I really want to face off against Kingpin or Enigma, which I'm pretty sure will face them second round, right? If like or for both first seeds.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that'll definitely be a banger. So if we so let's say who would get the like what are who would get fourth place out of BDD and Shogun if like they were both to 2-0, let's say?
I think Shogun would get the 3rd seed, so BDED would get the 4th seed.
That means we'd face BDD if we 2-0.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah. So anybody think there's a chance that QGK 2-0's BDED this week? Curious.
Let me see what I put on my sheet. I'm not trying to say something and then that's not true, but where okay. Weekly predictions. So QGK, I actually have them winning, so yes, I do think it's possible.
Okay. He had to make sure he wasn't contradicting himself.
Yeah, I did. I don't like doing that.
I mean, it's pretty well known that you just look at the logos, right? And go from there.
How'd you know?
Because you've said it many times.
It's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Do we want to move over to the next slide? Don't we have one more slide?
Any predictors?
Enigma. Actually, I don't think Enigma can make first seed, can they? It's gonna be complicated. I don't want to think about it right now. Talk about the predictions.
All right, you wanna go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. So we both have Kingpin and Enigma Unknown winning. You have Flannel winning a game, while I don't. Unfortunately, to upset some people in the chat, we don't. Also, neither of us have 2077 winning any games. So, yeah, that's gonna upset some people. Nameless is gonna beat Pal on FF, and I have BDD beating QGK 2-0, and then you have QGK winning 2-1 over BDE. Why is that?
Just despite Dohos, I had to put BDD losing.
I mean, his team will still make playoffs with that game.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm saying they'll make playoffs, but I think UGK wins the match.
Okay. Yeah, we both have BDES winning 2-0 over RAR and Corvus winning 2-0 over Shogun. And then, the FFs went the way that they're supposed to.
Yep.
They're pretty.
Always, his predictions are always an enjoyment to see.
I mean, he got the air one right.
I've been correct.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He got the air one right. So.
What is he, 1 for 12 or something?
No.
Yeah, I don't want to say like it was that bad, but it's pretty good. You know the saying, like a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, something like that. So
I found a
broken
whole
clock
tree.
is right.
I found a whole tree.
True.
I mean, trees
You're
are
a
easier to
betting
find
man.
than nuts.
If you were a betting man, you would have cashed out big there.
Of course. Oh, I'd put so many RA points on that. I'll put all 22,000 of mine on there.
Oh my lord. Okay. Let's go over to the next one.
All right, sophomore. We both have Zenzi winning. I have them 2-0. You have them 2-1. We both have BSP and Nameless or OMTH winning. Sorry. Same scores as well. You have TAW 2-0. So do I. We both have.
Wait, we have the same predictions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could have just said that.
We all have the same predictions. We both think Mint's gonna make playoffs.
Damn, you guys think SOS is taking a game off us?
Yep.
Damn.
Well, I heard
they've
you're
been scaling.
I heard OMTZ is off-rolling that.
Now you just leaked it to the whole world.
It's fine.
I mean, just cut the tapes, guys. Cut the tapes.
Cut the tape.
We can edit it in post.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, so OMCC loses on their main roles. Fair and square, they lose one game. No off-rolling. Yeah. There we go.
Yep.
Edit that over what I said earlier. Anyway, so going over to junior predictions, where we actually have something different. I have Catalyst Eclipse winning 2-1 over My Tourney Collective. And that is because I think MTC has looked pretty abysmal the last couple weeks.
Jesus, they have families, Red.
And you have them winning.
But you know who's looked abysmal the whole season?
Catalyst Eclipse?
Yep.
Yeah, but I believe. Okay?
Hope you.
They're scaling.
Yeah, they're scaling, dude. If there was 7 more weeks in this season, they're a playoff team. Like 100%. But unfortunately they're not, so we'll never know. Edge. CBR, we bought them both winning. I think OG Unknown's gonna win a game. Even though
Depends if
Look
Acid
at-
shows up or not, because it looks like
Yeah.
Acid didn't show up today. So
He's doing what's it called? Load management.
Oh, right.
You can't be playing too many games.
And
Gotcha.
look, Acid's
Look,
in
there
the
he is.
chat.
There he is.
what's up, Acid?
Acid, are you doing load management right now? You're just sitting out a few games.
Nah, I think it's
to
because
rest up?
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I genuinely think that's the
imagine being
reason.
Canadian.
Alright, we don't have to make fun of our fellow Canadians. They didn't choose to be
True.
born there. Okay.
True.
Neither did I.
And then we agreed that Air is gonna beat Zenar and then BBC beating Empire. I think the only maybe like actual upset that could happen, Zenar could beat Air.
No.
Because Zenar has had flashes of brilliance this season. But Air has just been so consistently good that I think we both agree it'll be 2-0.
He definitely didn't fall asleep in his chair, Acid says.
Okay. Do you want to go over senior predictions and then we can send it off?
We do have quite a few differences in this one. I have Puds beating OGW 2-1. You have OGW winning 2-0. I have Redbird 2-1 over TAG. You have TAG 2-0. And we both agree that CPP is going to beat G7M, but I have them 2-0. And match of the week potential. We both have Nightless winning 2-1 over Akuma.
Yeah, I think Nightless takes that. I love the Akuma
Yeah.
boys. I love the Nightless boys, but I just think Nightless is looking clean.
They're looking really good. Akuma has been they've been winning. Let's keep that in mind. But they've had some games. I think TDS pointed it out. Like Akuma just kind of stumbles ass backwards into victories sometimes, and they've been doing that kind of all season. But I mean, they're still winning, so that's all that really matters. But Nightless has looked extremely close, so it's kind of hard to root against them there or pick against them. I will say there's a lot of maybe some hopium coming out of you there, PVS. I think that you're going for the Puds miracle run into playoffs.
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Okay.
It's Puds time.
They didn't show up the first
Unironically,
6 weeks. They didn't show up. This last week, it's Puds time, baby.
Unironically, Puds have been scaling. If there's any team to say it about, it's been Puds. They've been taking games off of teams.
It's true. And maybe if there's any team to lose a series that they probably shouldn't, it might be OG Wildcard.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Did lose
at
last
their
week.
best, they're really good. But at their current state, they're not looking so great.
High peaks, low valleys.
Yeah. So maybe they could get it together for playoffs. Kind of hoping so because these top 5 teams in this division are so fun to watch. Senior is just so fun to watch. Because it's either a really extremely clean game or it just turns into a fiesta. I think our bloodiest games have been in senior by
Yes.
Wasn't there a 40-something kill game at 17 minutes in senior or something like that? It was
Senior's
insane.
the new freshman.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun this season, so I'm excited to see how that shakes out. But yeah, I think that's actually what was it? That's our last show of the season.
Yeah, quite potentially. I
do a
mean,
playoff,
maybe one in playoffs or something. But
Can we get the finals
Yeah.
predictions now?
We might do one or two because we have to do all-star reveals and maybe an MVP reveal. But yeah, okay, finals predictions. Here we go. Zenyu, BDES, Zenyu wins 3-2. Sophomore, OMTZ, Blue Sprouts. Is that possible? Can you do that? I don't think that actually that's not possible.
It is.
Well, that's only if you get second seed, right? Because they would be second seed.
Yeah, but then we would get lowest possible. So if they
I think you would play them in semis. You wouldn't play them in finals.
got you.
Yeah. Okay, so OMTZ, TAW, OMTZ wins 3-1. Junior, it's BBC, CBR. BBC wins 3-0. And senior, it's Nightless versus
don't take my answer.
G7M.
Okay.
Nightless versus G7M. 3-1 Nightless. I think AKM. They're gonna play G7M in playoffs, and the G7M curse is gonna come back, and AKM will never escape it and be cursed with it for the rest of their life.
I got a fairly spicy one here.
Okay.
Kingpin BDES. Kingpin wins 3-1. Freshman.
What was that? Kingpin wins?
Yeah, 3-1.
Okay.
Sophomore, let's go Blue Sprouts and
Gotta be TAGA.
I'm thinking it's TAGA, yeah. I think Blue Sprouts wins 3-2. Junior, I've got Aaron CBR. CBR wins 3-1. And then senior, I have Nightless CPP, and that's a close one for me. I'm thinking, my heart says CPP 3-2, but
Winning?
my
brain says Nightless 3-1.
Look, CPP is good, right? But
I think CPP.
I don't know. Winning the whole thing.
CPP 3-2 finals.
Wild. Okay.
I mean, they gotta catch some people on a bad night. I think they can take it though. I just don't think consistency wise.
CBR and Air can't be finals.
True.
Who can CBR go against then?
OG question mark. Okay. You asked. I told you. That's all.
Wait, is that true that CBR can't play? Yes, they can. CBR can play Air in finals.
Kenrick is.
I think it depends. It depends on like seeding, right? Like it depends on who wins between OG question mark and Zenar.
Right. Senior
because Air would have to beat BBC, and then CBR would have to beat whoever they play against. So
where's this junior master sheet at?
Oh, yeah, no, I think he's right actually, because if Air finishes third, then they have to play CB Rush. Yeah.
All right, CBR BBC. CBR wins 3-1.
Okay.
Opium.
All right. I
want Air to make finals, but I don't want CBR to get out.
Ivar, I want to hear your takes.
I really don't know about freshmen.
Just do the ones you know. Just do the ones you know.
Okay. Dohos will do the freshman one, and you'll do the rest.
Sounds good.
All right, I got BDS versus Zenigma, and BDS wins 3-0.
3-0. Okay. Damn. And that's pretty confident. I like it. Go ahead, Ivar. Take it away for the rest of them.
All right. Juniors.
Yes.
I'm thinking. Hold on. It might sound troll, but I genuinely think that Omega Gaming Unknown can win it. So I'm gonna say that's my prediction. But who they play against? is the question mark for me. I would say they probably play against CB Rush. I think CB Rush has kind of just been taking the regular season slow. I don't know if it's possible. I'm just thinking out loud. They've been taking the regular season slow, but when the games are going to come up where they matter, they're going to have their full strength going. So that's my prediction. Probably 3-2. For sophomore, OMTZ 3-0. Doesn't matter who we're playing against.
Okay.
And freshman, we already said. Yeah.
No seniors?
Yep.
Oh, seniors. Looking at the teams. I think it's going to be Akuma Nightless, but I also think that any of those top 4 teams can really just make a run and win. It's so hard. I'm just gonna stick with my guns, Mega Gaming wildcard, beating
Okay.
Nightless.
Okay. Just like
Wow.
earlier in the season, huh?
That would be you. Okay, you're an evil person, Ivar.
Why?
Could you? Okay, imagine Nightless finally makes the comeback. They get the first seed. They play against OGW in the finals. You and Quanta sit in a call for all 5 games, and then you rip the victory away from Quanta. The poor young man. Don't you have enough already? Don't you have enough W's? Why you gotta rip it away from Quanta like that?
I'm not gonna rip it away, dude, but it's not my W, it's the players' W's.
It's kind of your W though. Like,
No. I've been hyping up Nightless whole season, man. I'm sure if you had anybody else in here, they would say their team's winning it too. So what's wrong with that?
okay, Quanta. Okay, go for you, man. I'm sorry that Ivar is such a shit friend to you.
Oh God, Brennan.
And
I hate it here.
I think maybe to wrap it up, I'll just say there's been no changes in the house standings at all. So still Infernal
There is
first.
a world where Mountain wins still, right?
Oh, and there's a
of
world
course,
where
of course.
Ocean wins. Yeah, there's a world where Ocean wins still. It's literally all how you finish in playoffs. It's gonna determine a lot. Things are gonna change very rapidly in playoffs. So
BDS will carry Ocean to win. Don't worry.
I'll go.
All right. Well, is that everything for tonight?
Yep, that's it. For those who are wondering what the schedule is this week, we have week 7 games, Friday through Monday. Tomorrow is going to be our 32-person Legends of Runeterra single elimination tournament. Best of 3s all the way. It's gonna be very poggers. We have 15 Masters players in that tournament.
Yikes.
Half of the tournament is Masters players. So that's going to be quite a banger. I think we went from 5 to now 15. It's going to be nuts. It'll be completely nuts. So, hopefully Aikado doesn't run over the whole competition.
I mean, that's probably the favorite going in, I'd assume. But
right, yeah. So hopefully he doesn't 2-0 everyone again, and we have some exciting series. But yeah. So if you guys are interested in LOR and stuff like that, you should come check us out tomorrow. We worked really hard on the production. We got really good feedback in the last 2 games, not the first 2, on the production side. But yeah, so come check us out tomorrow. It'll be really fun. 8:00 PST.
Yep.
So. That's
all
it.
right. Yeah, that's gonna do it all for us today at Runeterra Academy. I am PVS, joined by co-hosts Red and Ivar. And we will see you Friday for the freshman matchup of the week.
Yes.
Yep. Night, everyone.
Oh, also vote in All Stars. Vote in All Stars.
Yeah, do that. Make sure you vote.
Vote for me, please.
Vote,
Thanks.
vote, and then you can't complain.
Yeah, exactly.